challenge driving forever, Sergey. It's completely automated.
Are you sure?
Of course. You can really just let go and relax.
Okay.
Sergey, what are you doing?
Well, you said it was automated.
No, the car insurance.
I check for new deals automatically. Oh, I see. Whoopsie. Make your car insurance to automatically find ways to save. Simples.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for making the time to be here today and for having me. This is definitely going to be the lead part of LeadDev. My name... Oh, I don't have the clicker. That's good. It's like, why aren't the slides moving? I don't have the clicker. That's me. So I'm Renee Hunt. I am, in fact, the Chief Technology Officer at Compare the Market. I call myself an accidental CTO because when I started in this business about 40 years ago, I couldn't imagine that could be a career path, never mind mine. And I certainly didn't join the wonderful people at Compare the Market to be their CTO. That came as a sort of surprise. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about that surprise and the need for all of us to be ready and to be ready to lead, but also be willing to lead, and not just lead in technology roles, but help lead our businesses through this fifth important shift in technology and in corporate life. So let me tell you a little bit about my company, because I love them. At CTM, we exist to make financial decision-making a breeze for everyone. And at CTM, that only happens through technology. At CTM, technology is the business, right? Everything else is a support function. And why I love this organization is because it is also quite core around engineering. So we're a build-run-own organization. We have a really modern tech stack. We adopted the cloud very early on. We've just done another cloud transformation to move from EC2s to Elastic Kubernetes services. We're primarily an Amazon house, but we've adopted all the other clouds. We've got a bit of Azure, and we've got a bit of GCP as well. We invest in tech tools. So we just replatformed all of our CI/CD pipelines onto GitLab. I'll talk to you a little bit about that a little bit later. But equally, we bring in tools to improve our DevX experience, like Dynatrace. We have a huge data estate, right? We say technology is the core, but data is the engine or the fuel. And that data estate, we use products like MongoDB, but also Telium, a bit of Confluent, a bit of Kafka, all the things, right? If you like writing code, it's a great place to be because we do a lot of that. And equally, what I love about CTM is that the organization thinks about technology differently. It truly values what we do because we can't exist without it. And I'm starting to see the shift that I'm recognizing across all of our industries up close and personal at a little company like CTM. But you might know us better, not just as a fintech, but as the one with the really cute meerkats, which is great if you have to be the keynote first, because you can just entertain people with little furry animals. So, why do I think this is an important time? I do believe that we are at a really important tipping point in terms of the role and the value of technology in every organization in the world. A really important tipping point. And as I said, this is my near 40th year in technology. And what's interesting is I've seen this happen in my lifetime. That's an incredibly short period of time to watch something go from being administrative, right, when tech was computation, all the way back. And we just used it to take reams of paper and put it into a machine, to it's an enabler. Let's give everybody a laptop. I don't know. Is your job important? Do you need a laptop? I'm not sure. Those were conversations we had not that long ago. To watching tech move outside of the realms of the business as a way to communicate with customers. Ooh, now it's getting interesting. Now all of a sudden, because of things like mobile technology and cloud technology and Internet of Things, technology has left the confines of our business. It's no longer this back-end thing that nobody understands, but a core enabler for our business to talk to customers. Well, that's cool. But there's one thing, one event that has changed everything forever. And no, it's not AI. Well, not yet anyway. So I'll tell you my favorite joke from the from last 4 years is, who led your technology transformation? Who did that? Right? Nope. Did anybody know what it is? COVID. 100%. COVID has changed everything for all of us. It has changed everything for all of us. Because suddenly, we all were there. The whole world went on a digital transformation in every aspect of every part of the business worldwide, regardless of size, at the same time. At the same time, we were all quitting our jobs. Remember the Great Resignation? We're moving, we're going to Bali, I'm going to be a remote worker forever, right? So now you're creating a marketplace that's really small and a huge amount of demand, and every business, no matter, remember back when big companies said, no, we can't make this, we can't change this, we can't go into digital transformation, too hard, too expensive, never make a business case for it. Not only did they do it, but they did it in weeks, right? Weeks. And what that did was put technology at the core of everything. And why that's important for all of us is it's changed the value of our skill set. Because to do any function in any business, you got to understand how the tech works. Not just be able to read the words, but understand it. Understand it. And so when I say we're at a tipping point, we're used to seeing the big techs have leaders from technology. Of course, Alphabet, of course, Meta. They're selling technology. But what about these guys? Right? Not a big tech above them. A food service, for God's sakes. What do they have in common? All their CEOs are from tech. CEO from technology. COO from technology. Chief product officer, in some cases, from technology. And how that's showing up in my own company is, as I join the executive and I look around the room, let's go through it. CTO, well, it's kind of obvious. You should kind of know a little something about tech. Dan would tell you I don't, but okay, it's fine. CTO, COO, Chief Customer Officer, and the CFO. Now, there's a change for the books. Remember when the CFO just led tech and didn't know anything about it? All of us started our careers in tech. That's half of the executive of a little company in the Midlands are made up of technology people, right? So maybe that tipping point's already happened. So how do we get ready? Because the future leaders of our businesses are sitting in this room. Yes, the future leaders of technology, but the future leaders of the businesses. Why? Because we won't be able to survive. We won't be able to compete without people with our skill set leading and making decisions. So part of how we get ready, number one, be awesome at the day job. And in case no one told us, that's the day job. Nobody will care as much as we do at a time when it's the most cost-effective and time-efficient in securing that stuff. Right? That's the stuff that makes our eyes go all glittery, right? Because this is how we ensure a customer's experience and meet our business objectives. Now, the second part of this is the education of our colleagues. So we're going to have to stretch our skills on building relationships and stakeholder empathy. Hate management sounds like it's a task, right? Empathy for stakeholders. Understand what they're trying to do. Know your business strategy. Talk to them about this in language that reflects what they're trying to do. So they don't just wave their hand over it and think that there's a cupboard of elves that are keeping your business, your technology stable or scalable or secure. Help them to understand why that's important and why we invest in it. I'll quickly talk about how that shows up at, oh goodness, I thought that was counting up and I was about to freak out. Who was counting down? How that shows up, I must have been talking really fast. How that shows up at CTM is we recently, so some of y'all are in here, you can tell them if I'm lying. Hey, Pete, how are you? Miss you, mate. When we get together quarterly and we prioritize everything we're going to work on, right? And usually you go to that and it's feature this and business activity that and feature this and marketing that, right? So January is our third quarter. It's half our financial year. Kind of important. Number one priority. And we only prioritize 6 things. 6 things for the whole company to focus on. Number 1, GitLab migration. There's a statement I never thought I'd ever hear myself say. Why? Because my leaders, my heads of, my directors at work were working with their commercial colleagues, talking to them about our objectives and helping people to understand that the biggest, most transformational thing we could do is to finish that migration, and that would leapfrog us towards what some of the things we needed to do. And guess what? They nodded their heads and they went, yeah, we get it. Let's make that number 1, because it's really important. And we get that done, we can release a lot of resources to do other things, right? This is that engagement that gives you that relationship in the business where you are working with your business colleagues to achieve business outcomes and really, really delight our customers. You can't do that if they're going, GitLab, Mongo, you can't. They have to feel it and care deeply about it. But equally, we have to care deeply about strategy, the trading updates, the FinOps, right? FinOps, it's a huge way for us to actually impact the bottom line of how our companies run. We're the single biggest budget line in our company. So me caring about finance and how we're managing our products and how we're being efficient users of it can change my company's outcome, right? It's incredible. That was not the career I imagined when I was writing code on a mainframe 35 years ago, right? But it is true. This is the being willing part, and this is the hard part because I'm going to ask you to spend your casual time differently, right? So in addition to reading great books in O'Reilly and listening to podcasts and coming to these kinds of conferences, we need to grow our business acumen. We need to learn about why this marketing plan works. How do the financial books work? Hey, it's showing up for you already. How many of you in here are EMs or SEMs or engineering managers, delivery managers? Hello, woo! I'm with my people. Great. When, I would say 10 years ago, that job was largely making technical decisions and people leading tech engineers, right? Maybe you talk to product people on occasion. But now I have my EM saying, gosh, I'm spending so much time doing business cases, writing KPIs, doing due diligence, doing vendor management. I don't have time to do my job. And I'm like, no, that is the job. And the reason that's the job is because you've got the skill set to do it properly. You've got the skill set to do it properly, right? And so we can see our jobs morphing more into the business commercial area, right? Because it's too hard for the traditionally commercial jobs to suddenly gain 20 years of technology experience, which is why the future leaders are sitting in this room. Oh my goodness, I'm doing really well. I usually go on and on and on, and they're like, Renee, the time. So this is my last slide. This is awesome. I care so much about this, right? Because I've been doing this a long time. And I've seen too many times bad decisions getting made because the people who are making the decisions don't understand technology. Yep, you've been there, we were in the room, right? And it doesn't have to be like that anymore because we're in the room, we're at the table. I need us to be willing to take the step, right? To be prepared to lead, not manage, but lead. And that means using our experience, having a bit of empathy, spending time learning about our businesses so we can help our businesses make better choices, to delight our customers, to delight our stakeholders and our shareholders. And why that's exciting and important is at a time when AI is banging on the door, that's critical, right? That's how we're going to keep bad things from happening, right? Because those bad decisions will be really bad if we're not in the room and if we're not leading. So my call to action to all of us, and y'all are all EMs, I saw you put your hand up, so you're on this track, right? Is get ready to lead, but that leadership role may not be in tech, and that's okay. That's absolutely, in fact, that's great. Because the future leaders of our business are sitting in this room. At Compare the Market, we exist to make financial decision-making a breeze for everyone. We do that with technology. We are ready, and the people in technology, and some of them who are not, are ready and willing to be part of that future. I hope all of you are too. Thank you very much for your time.